talk a little bit about, when you're getting up and you're getting ready for a speaking opportunity, like what's your mindset? Like, what do you look, I know you're very framework oriented, obviously, but like, what are you looking to accomplish when you have the stage? Like what's going on in your head?
I think for me, the biggest thing is being in a position where I'm not mumbling and I'm not overcome by the fear and the nerves, because I still, even today, get quite nervous before a talk. And it's funny because when I talk to people about speaking, they don't believe me when I say that like 5 years ago, I would never have dreamed of doing this. And it was a real big challenge for me, which is why I wrote the article on LinkedIn about how to get started. And I think somebody as a performance coach, a friend of mine, said to me before a competition entry that I did where I had to stand and speak in front of 700 people. And I was like literally having a major meltdown beforehand. I didn't enjoy the event at all. I hated it. I was literally a nervous wreck. And she said that actually the feeling of excitement and nervousness is the same feeling. We just have to tell our brains that we're excited and we're not nervous, and you just reframe it so that we can kind of get up and be more, present and be more like excited. And the other thing for me as well is because I speak very quickly, when I'm nervous, I speak a lot faster, if you can believe it. So it's just about like breathing, slowing down my mind so that I can articulate things a little bit better. Because the structure in terms of what I want to achieve from that talk is all taken care of before I've even got there, in terms of what I want to say, what I want the audience to do once they've heard what I speak, how I'm going to follow up with them afterwards. And again, it's that like, how do I convert their curiosity, because they're investing their time in listening to what I've got to say? How do I convert that curiosity into action that helps me keep in touch with them, to either help them overcome something just through the free channels that I offer, or convert them into a customer at some point?
Very pragmatic in nature. So you mentioned trying to hit the curiosity. Obviously, like probably home run scenario would be someone sends you a LinkedIn message, or maybe even after you get off the stage, talks to you in person, says, "Hey, we have a problem that you talked about." And you have a conversation. You all of a sudden have a new customer. I think it's hard sometimes for marketers to measure kind of some of these offline activities into like results. Like, what do you do? How do you measure your results? How do you measure each opportunity and track its success?
For me, it's super simple, because at the end of every talk, I offer a free guide that's something really, really useful, that I have a QR code or a link. People go to my website, they sign up for it, then they're part of my email list, and then they get like regular newsletters and, sort of like lots of free tips and advice to help them with things. I also connect, if I've got a delegate list, or if I'm there, I encourage them to connect with me on LinkedIn or on Twitter. And then I keep that conversation going. So for me, it's my main measure, which is really easy to do, is how many leads have I generated, or how many people have I added to my email list as a result of that talk? How many direct inquiries do I get once I've left the stage? And then people will typically come and ask me questions afterwards, or they'll ring me a couple of days later. So then I just attribute that, because they will say, "Oh, I saw you at this event. I want to have this conversation with you." So I can be very clear about like what those leads are, where they've come from, and then I can track them through the life of their interaction with me. Some people who I've done business with in the last 2 years saw me speak 5 years ago, when I was like literally at the start of my journey and a bumbling mess. They've just followed my journey, and it's just, people will buy when they're ready to buy.